Hello, pal number one. This is going to be your reading. We're going to be doing a third party situation reading today. So, how do they feel about you versus the third party? This is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what does not. Some of the messages may resonate and some of them may not, so please, again, take what resonates and leave what does not. Some of these messages will be triggering. Some of them could be if you feel like you're in a bad situation with your person. I mean, obviously you are if you're coming to a third-party reading, but if you're feeling extra sensitive and you're not ready to hear the messages, please select this video at a different time, or you can watch a different video that I have posted on this channel. You've chosen this Wild Unknown Tarot deck, and this stone here, you can almost see light through it. You can't see it with the way that the lamp is showing it, but this is going to be your reading today. So I'll go ahead and start with some what's the vibe between you and your person that you're asking about for pile number one. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, please protect us from negative energies during this reading. That's way too many cards. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope the holidays have done you well and you got your presents and all that other stuff. And hopefully the snow, if you're being affected by this blizzard outside, that's not, impeding your way to get to work or do the things that you need to do. Going to the grocery store, and hopefully your heat is still on, electric's still on. For pile number one, how does their person on their mind feel about them? We have legal, lawyers, and court work. How does pile number one's person feel about them? We have possibilities, follow your dreams, make up your mind, believe in yourself. So, I have an idea of where this is headed, and it might be in your favor, but let's see what else comes through. For pile number one, how does their person feel about pile number one at this time? Archangel Michael, protected from harm. Protect divine intervention. So just from these cards alone, what I heard was that your person might be separating from that third party and that they're seeing the possibility of you guys being together. And but for right now, they're protecting you from any kind of heat from the third party. But let's get some tarot cards and see. I'm going to pull from this deck first, and then I will use this Rider-Waite deck to see how they are feeling about the third party. So I'm actually going to put this wand here in between. We're going to use this space as how they feel about you, and then we'll use this space here to how they feel about the third party. So how does pile number one's person feel about them at the time they're finding this reading? We have the Hierophant. How does pile number one's person feel about them at the time they are finding this reading? We have the Ace of Wands. Wow. So they do want to have a new beginning with you. With this Hierophant, they are stuck in, probably marriage. The Hierophant is about the traditional things that we have in our life. So that's kind of makes sense. Let's see what else. Pile number one, how does that person feel about them? We have the Five of Wands. So there is conflict. There is competition. You could feel like you're in competition with the person on your mind. But in regards to how they're feeling about you, I mean, they want to have this new beginning with you. They do with the Ace of Wands. This is a new start. Let me move this over just a bit. Let me get one more card to fit in here. For pile number one, how does pile number one's person feel about them at the time they are finding this reading? We have Death, which represents change. So they know that things needs to change in order to make this happen. They could feel like maybe you're getting impatient, and they are having to either reassure you or something like that, either things are going to be okay, or, that they're still interested, because maybe you're getting impatient, you're like, you know what, if you don't figure this stuff out, I'm, going to move on, Let me get a clarifying card for the Hierophant. Clarifying card for Hierophant, please, Spirit. The Mother of Swords, or the Queen of Swords. Which is like the Judge Judy to me. So they are having to, they know that they have to make changes with the Death card and cut things off, cut people off. They are trying to keep, a clear head through all of this. They're trying to make the right steps. They're trying to do the right thing. They're trying to be strategic in the moves that they make toward you here. Clarifying card for the Ace of Wands. The Three of Swords. I just, they feel that maybe if they came forward right now that it would just cause pain and struggle and trouble. So if they are holding back, it's because they are being strategic in the situation. They don't want to just rush in and be reckless right now. Clarifying card for the Five of Wands. I got 2 cards. We have the Queen of Wands, or the Mother of Wands in this deck. And the Eight of Cups, which is about emotional detachment. So they could be afraid that you know, they see you as this, like, vivacious, this beautiful person, you know, this high value, you know, social butterfly, someone who's, they could see you as someone who's very competitive, or someone who would create a lot of competition, or that is in competition maybe with the third party. And they could feel that maybe you could possibly be, you know, they could feel like you don't have to wait for them, and or that you don't have to, that it's like that you don't have to compete so hard, you know, or something like that. Because we do have the Eight of Cups, which is about, you know, taking a step back. So they could feel like you are almost like giving up in a way, perhaps, because maybe things got a little bit too stressful, you know, and that could be why this Archangel Michael is here. You know, you are protected from harm, or prevented from harm, you know, so they know that you, they could feel like you could be giving up on them, and if they don't figure out what they're trying to do with the third party soon, that you're not going to stick around. Clarifying card for Death, please. We have the Empress. Yeah. They know that they have to change because they see you as this Empress. They feel how they feel about you. They know that things need to change in order to have you. So, but do they want you? Yeah, I mean, they want to see where it goes. They definitely want to see where it goes, because we do have the possibilities card here, which represents to me, like, they don't really know how it's all going to go, but they are willing to see where it goes. You know, and with this Hierophant here, they could be wanting to maybe perhaps commit to you after all this legal stuff with the lawyers in court and paperwork and stuff is done. But they know that you could be, you know, taking a step back, you know, letting this, you know, finish before you, you know, put your all into this with them. All right, let's go into the third party now. How do they feel for you versus the third party? I'm going to put these cards away because I'm going to reuse them to put them on this side. And I'm going to use the Rider-Waite Tarot deck to get how they feel towards the third party. And I realize that some of you might be the third party in this situation, but in this case, you know, just for you know, clarity, or just to be clear to spirit and everything, we're going to consider the other person that is not involved in the, you know, that is not you, the third party. Just to be, you know, clear to the spirits, and so that we can get an accurate reading on each individual person. Okay. So how does pile number one's person feel towards the third party? At this time, how does pile number one's person feel towards the third party at the time they are finding this reading? We have trapped, stuck, no options, unforgiveness. So they could be feeling like, you know, they could be feeling stuck in the situation, feeling, you know, kind of forlorn, and they're not willing to forgive the situation. They don't want to go back. How does pile number one's person feel towards the third party? We have cutting ties, freedom, standing up, awaken. Yeah, so they are trying to get out of the third party situation. They're trying to release this other person, is what it seems like. But they feel trapped. They feel like there's still things that they have to finish. What does pile number one's person feel towards the third party at the time they're funding this reading? And we have clingy, old exes, dead relationships, old ways. So they feel like it's done. I mean, if it's not done, they're trying to work on that. They're trying to complete all of that stuff with any kind of loose ends. They're trying to tie all that up. Let's see. How does pile number one's person feel towards the third party at the time they are finding this reading? Ooh. There we go. All right. How does pile number one's person feel towards the third party at the time they are finding this reading? How does pile number one's person feel towards the third party in this situation? The other person, not pile one, or not the person watching pile one, the third party, or the third person. How does pile number one's person feel towards the third party at this time? At the time they are finding this reading. How does pile number one's person feel towards the third party at the time they are finding this reading, Spirit? We have the Four of Swords, which is about rest. They could be trying to ignore them. They're ignoring them. This is a card of inaction. You know, this is them, you know, healing from all the stubbornness or the stuck energy. They're trying to recuperate themselves, avoiding drama. How does pile number one's person feel towards the third party at the time they are finding this reading? We have the Five of Wands, which is about arguing, fights, not getting along, competition, things of the sort. I mean, we had the Five of Wands over here, so I mean, they could be feeling like they are competing or trying to, you know, like one up or something like that. You know, there's definitely an energy of not getting along. How does pile number one's person feel towards the third party in this situation? At the time they're finding this reading, we have the Star, which is about healing. It's about, you know, trying to create peace, trying to create, you know, I don't think that they want to fight with the person. I think that they're trying to, you know, if they're still living with them, they're just trying to keep it peaceful for the domestic, you know, trying to establish domestic peace in the household. If they're not living together, this is them, you know, keeping the peace for the children. If there was any children involved in the situation, this is them trying to, you know, heal from any kind of drama. This is Aquarius energy. Aquarius don't like drama. Aquarius don't do. How does pile number one's person feel towards the third party at the time they're finding this reading? This is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is about apathy. It's about avoidance. It's about, you know, in this picture, it shows the universe giving this man an offer, but he's not taking it. And he's focusing on what is here, which I think these three cups represent you. And this third party is trying to give them a cup. They're not taking it. They are not taking the bait. They're not taking the bait. Clarifying card for the Four of Swords, please. The Tower, which is that breakdown. It's a breakup energy. The Tower is, you know, the Tower was built on a faulty foundation in the first place, so it was going to be torn down and rebuilt anyway. So this is them, this is them trying to avoid the drama. They're trying to avoid all this chaos that is unfolding. I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay, let me make sure. Let me move all these stuffs over so that you guys can see it a little bit better. There, it's a little bit better, maybe. I don't know. Here's the Four Cups. He's sitting right over here, though. Clarifying card for the Five of Wands. Clarifying card for Five of Wands. Yeah, they're over it. You know, they're like disappointed. They could be feeling disappointed in the situation. They could be upset that it didn't work out. You know, because maybe they spent a lot of time and energy, put a lot of money, put a lot of time into this, and so they could be feeling disappointed that it's not working out. You know, clarifying card for the Star. The Six of Pentacles. Yeah, they want to, I mean, they do want to have, you know, they want to give what they owe, is what I heard. Like, if they owe anything, they want to balance the scales, because we do have the scales here. They want to, you know, if this person is hurt in this situation, if the third party is hurt, I don't think that they want that to, I don't think they want them to be hurt. And they could be giving them advice on what to do. They could be paying alimony. For some of you, take that only if that resonates. If they weren't married, then they wouldn't be paying alimony. But, you know, if that's the case, then this is them, you know, trying to, you know, establish peace, you know, trying to take the leading role to, you know, establish that, you know, level of getting along. They want to get along with them. They want to be cordial at least, you know, and so sometimes being cordial might involve them having to straight up ignore them here with the Four of Swords. Clarifying card for the Four of Cups. We have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, so they're trying to, yeah, so they're avoiding the third party so that they can focus on what they want to invest in. The King of Pentacles, you know, this is someone who knows where to invest their time and energy in, knows where to invest their time, money, and energy into. So they know that they don't want to put any more effort into the situation. They don't want to, I don't see them wanting to rebuild or have anything further with the third party. And because we do have the cutting ties, trapped, clingy, so, you know, they could be feeling stuck with the situation or stuck in this pattern for now, not forever, with the Four of Swords. And so this is them just trying to avoid, you know, either confrontation or, you know, things of that sort with this other person. So I hope this resonated. This is all I have. I hope this helped and bring clarity to you. If it didn't, you can watch a different video or you can book a private reading with me. I will try to, I said it in the last video, but I didn't, but I will try to remember to put the information that you would need to get a hold of me for a private reading if you are interested. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you've chosen this Black Obsidian Stone or this Tarot of the Divine, this is going to be a reading. We're going to be asking Spirit about a third-party situation. So I understand that in some cases, you actually might be the third party, but just for, you know, for the sake of being clear to the spirits and, you know, communicating and clearly and getting accurate information, we will be considering the other person in this situation, not you or the person that you're romantically interested in. We're going to be, the other person would be that third party. This is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what does not. Some of the messages could be triggering that come through, so if you're feeling extra sensitive, please watch this video at a different time, or you can select a different video that I have posted on my channel, or select this video at a different time whenever you're feeling a little bit more comfortable. I will be pulling, using this tarot deck to get the information about how they feel about you, and then I'll be using this Lisa Parker tarot deck to get information about how they feel towards the third party. I will be pulling cards from this deck for both you and the third party to figure out, you know, what's the general vibe between each of you, and I will use this wand here to, you know, keep the energy from bleeding over from each side. So think of this table as kind of like a tennis court. So this is your team, this is their team, if that makes sense. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using this What's the Vibe Oracle deck first, just to get a general consensus. This is pile number 2. How does pile number 2's person feel towards pile number 2 at the time they're finding this reading? If I didn't already mention, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you're finding it, it should resonate for you. If none of this is resonating, then you can choose a different pile, or you can watch a different video that I have posted on my channel. How does pile number 2's person feel towards pile number 2? Pile number 2's person feel towards pile number 2. We have cutting ties, freedom, standing up, awaken. How does pile number 2's person feel towards pile number 2? We have recharge, breathe, let go, and clear your mind. How does pile number 2's person feel towards pile number 2 at the time they are finding this reading? At the time they are finding this reading, how does pile number 2's person feel towards pile number 2? We have isolation, rejected, left alone, and self-inflicted. So for some of you, you know, they could be taking time and space away from the situation with you, trying to recharge, trying to figure out what they want to do next. But let's see what comes through the tarot. How does pile number 2's person, pile number 2, whoever will choose pile number 2, how does their person on their mind feel towards pile number 2? The person who's watching this video, that is pile number 2. How does pile number 2's person, the person on pile number 2's mind, feel towards pile number 2 at the time they are finding this reading? Woo! Whoa! They could have done something reckless. How does pile number 2's person feel towards pile number 2 at the time they are finding this reading? I've got 2 cards wanting to pop out. Let's see. The 4 of Swords. So they could be taking time away, trying to, you know, they could be taking a break from you at this time. We have the Tower, which is that energy of, you know, things falling down, things, you know, falling apart, a breakdown. You guys could have broken up. How does pile number 2's person feel towards pile number 2 at the time they are finding this reading? How does pile number 2's person feel towards pile number 2 at the time they are finding this reading? We have the King of Wands, which is a man with a plan, someone with plans in mind. For some of you, that might not include, you know, making things work here with you. They could be, you know, let's see what else comes out. How does pile number 2's person feel towards pile number 2 at the time they're finding this reading? We have the 8 of Swords. Okay, so the 8 of Swords is the energy of feeling stuck. Not thinking clearly, not seeing things clearly. If you guys have had a breakup, this is them, you know, feeling stuck in their thoughts, not really seeing things as they really are. So, and with this Tower, this could be a breakup. With the King of Wands, this is someone who is, you know, making plans and thinking of ways, or, you know, planning the next stages of their life. Clarifying card for the 4 of Swords. Clarifying card for 4 of Swords. We have Justice. So they don't want to, they feel like that it's almost the right thing to do is just to leave this situation be, leave you alone. I don't think that this person wants to cause any more pain for you. I don't think this person wants to see you hurt. I feel like they already have, though, with this 8 of Swords. They could see you as someone who, you know, could be feeling hurt in this situation. And with this 4 of Swords, this is them having to recharge. The 4 of Swords is about rest, and it is, we do have the recharge card here in regards to how they feel about you. So they could be feeling like it's the right thing to do to just let this go, let the situation be with you, that it, you know, that there could be, you know, nothing else that they can do to, you know, make this better. Clarifying card for the Tower. We have the 6 of Wands. Yeah. 6 of Wands is about victory after battle. So they are trying to keep their head on straight. They are trying to, you know, stay in charge of their own life here and, you know, focus on what makes them, you know, happy. Clarifying card for the King of Wands. We have the Ace of Cups. So, you know, they could be, you know, starting something new. They do have feelings for you. I mean, I think that they care about you, but they don't want to have, I don't think that this person is willing to, like, make it move forward with you here. Clarifying card for the Eight of Swords, the Hermit. So they are, you know, staying more recluse. They don't want, I don't think that this person is going to be coming forward with any kind of offer at this time. You know, this is only, you know, a snapshot of time, so things can change. This isn't set in stone. This isn't the, you know, this isn't the only person that you're going to find that could, this isn't the end for you. You know what I mean? This is, just because this person isn't doing you right does not mean that they will not, it doesn't mean that someone else can't, just because it didn't work with this person doesn't mean that you're not worthy of finding someone who will, is what I have to say on that. So, so if you just wanted to hear this part of the reading, then great. But if you're wanting to hear what's going on with the third party, then, we'll go ahead and go into that portion. And like I said, I'll be using this Lisa Parker Tarot deck here to get the information about the third party. I'm going to be reusing these cards here to see how they are feeling towards the third party at the time that you are finding this reading. To cleanse this deck, I'm just going to grab some clear quartz over it. Get rid of some of this negative. Get rid of the energy here. Give it a bath. Okay. So, Spirit, how does pile number 2's person feel towards the third party? The other person in the situation, how are they feeling towards the third party versus pile number 2? How does pile number 2's person feel towards the third party? How does pile number 2's person feel towards the third party at the time they are finding this reading? We have time, delay, procrastination, and too busy. How does pile number 2's person feel towards pile number 2? Or how does pile number 2's person feel towards the third party at the time they're finding this reading? We have hopeful, inspired, optimistic, and success. So they could be waiting on divine timing, or waiting for things to clear out, waiting for the right time for things to work out. They do have hope in the situation with the third party. How does pile number 2's person feel towards the third party at the time they're finding this reading? We have paranoid, cautious, insecure, and guarded. So there could be things about the third party that makes them worried, or that they are worried that things may not work out, but they want to be hopeful. They know that it's going to require patience from the third party with the time and delay here, procrastination. They know that, I think they know that the third party won't be waiting for forever, so they do need to make a decision soon. Alright. How does pile number 2's person feel towards the third party at the time they are finding this reading? How does pile number 2's person feel towards the third party at the time that you're finding this reading? How does pile number 2's person feel towards the third party at the time they are finding this reading? How does pile number 2's person feel towards the third party at the time they are finding this reading? We have the stars, so they are staying hopeful. Here's that hope twice, so they're hoping that things may be able to work out. It's funny that we have 3 cats here, and one of them's looking behind. So, they could be keeping a watchful eye, making sure that nothing gets in the way. They don't want to, they could be watching over their shoulder, too. There could be other people. That's what this paranoid could be here for. They're hoping that things could work out, perhaps. How does pile number 2's person feel towards the third party? We have the Ace of Wands, which is about a new beginning, a fresh start. They do want, I do think that they would want to start something up with the third party. How does pile number 2's person feel towards the third party at the time they're finding this reading? We have the Chariot. Yeah, they want to move things forward with the third party here. This is, you know, fast forward movement. This is, you know, they're hoping that this person can, they know that they're taking a long time here with the time card, and they're hoping that, you know, they don't become too impatient and just, they don't want them to give up. So they could be, you know, engaging in, you know, passion with that person, sex, and wanting to move this forward here with the third party. How does pile number 2's person feel towards the third party at the time of finding this reading? We have the Nine of Swords, which is about anxiety, feeling stuck, self-limiting beliefs, staying up late at night, you know, not worried. They could be really, really worried. Here's that paranoia again. This is a card of paranoia. So they could be really worried that things may not be able to, you know, fully grow into fruition. And so, you know, they could be, you know, maybe reassuring that person, you know, taking steps to, you know, perhaps, you know, reassure that person that, you know, things can work out if we just keep at it here. Clarifying card for the Star. We have the Emperor. So this is them taking charge of the situation with the third party. This is them stepping up to the plate, you know, doing what they need to do to, you know, create a solid, you know, foundation, and, you know, reassure the third party here that, you know, they are willing to, you know, be that solid person for them. Clarifying card for the Ace of Wands. We have Death. So they know that things need to change. They know that the third party is looking for more, you know, dedicated effort. And so they know that they need to take this next step. Otherwise, they could be afraid of losing the third party here. Clarifying card for the Chariot. We have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, so I think that the third party does make them happy. The Nine of Cups is about fulfillment. It's one step from the 10. This 10 is completion. So they, you know, this could be like a new thing with the third party, and so this is, you know, them trying to establish that level of, you know, emotional stability with them. So that way the third party knows that, hey, you know, I'm into you. And clarifying card for the Nine of Swords. We have the Six of Wands. So they do hope that this could be successful, and they could be worried that it won't be. They could be worried about things not working out with them however they want to. I hope that this was not too triggering for you. If you were not ready to hear this message, I'm so sorry. This could be really, really painful for some of you to hear if you were not ready to hear those messages. And if this is really, really painful for you to hear, then, you know, there are, you know, helplines to help support you. But I hope that this reading brought you clarity, you know, so that you're not, you know, investing your time and energy into something that, you know, is not going to, it doesn't seem like it's going to come into fruition. That's something that, you know, third party, you know, isn't, or that your person is not going to, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I hope this brought you clarity, and hopefully this helped you. If this didn't make sense to you at all, then you can watch a different video or pick a different pile that I have posted or will be posting on my channel. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose this Moonstone or this Lightseer's Tarot deck, this is going to be your reading. We're going to be doing a third-party situation reading. So how do they feel about you versus the third party? This is a general reading, so please take what resonates, leave what does not. These readings can be triggering, so if you're feeling extra sensitive, please watch this video at a different time, or you can watch a different video that I have posted on my channel if you are interested. I will be pulling from this deck for you, and then I'll be using this folklore deck to get information about how they feel towards the third party. I'll be pulling from this What's the Vibe deck to get a general consensus on how they feel about you, and then I will also use it for the third party as well. So we'll go ahead and get started. For pile number 3, how do they feel towards pile number 3 at the time they were finding this reading? I'm going to put this selenite, or I'm going to put this, I think it's selenite. might be clear quartz. I'm not sure. I've had this thing for a long time. But anyways, we're going to think of this as kind of like a ball court. So this is going to be your side. This is going to be your team. And then this is going to be the third party side. Now, I do realize that some of you might actually be the third party. But just for the sake of, you know, being clear and no confusion, for the sake of confusion, the other person that is not watching this reading is going to be the third party. That's how we're going to read it. So just for the sake of, you know, clarity and not being confused and stuff like that. So. Pile number 3. How does pile number 3's person feel towards pile number 3 at the time that you're finding this reading? This reading is timeless, so whenever you're finding it, it should resonate for you. So, how does pile number 3 feel towards pile number 3 at the time that you're finding this reading? How does pile number 3's person feel towards pile number 3 at the time that you're finding this reading? We have thrills, continuous cycles, bad decisions, and addictions. How does pile number 3's person feel towards pile number 3 at the time they were finding this reading? We have laughter, happiness, joy, healing. So they could be having a good time with you. You guys could have been going out going out for drinks, or going out for drinks rather. See, how does pile number 3 feel about pile number 3, or pile number 3's person feel about pile number 3 at the time they're finding this reading? And we have healing. Self-care, introspection, meditation. For some of you, you could actually be the third party in this situation, and they're having a good time with you, and they're using you, or not using you, but they see you as someone who helps them heal through all this stuff that they're going through in their own life, or in their personal life. All right, let's get this deck, and we'll pull some tarot cards on how they feel towards you at the time they are finding this reading. And then we'll go ahead and go into the third party section over here. So, how does pile number 3 feel towards pile number 3 at the time that you're finding this reading? How does pile number 3's person feel towards pile number 3 at the time that you're finding this reading? We have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new start, a new beginning. And we have the Two of Pentacles, which is about juggling things. So they could be, they could be like feeling like they're juggling, you know, a lot of things in their life. This is the energy of having to manage their time, manage things in their life, you know, in a, you know, more accordingly way. So they're having to, you know, either like fit you in, trying to, you know, make time for you. They want to make time for you. With the Ace of Pentacles, this is them wanting to offer you a tangible new beginning. So this, for some of you, you guys have just met, or if you have known each other for a long time, it didn't really kick off until here recently. How does pile number 3's person feel towards pile number 3? We have the Eight of Cups, which is about walking away. This could be about them walking away from something else, something like that. We'll see what else comes through. Or they could see you as walking away, something like that. This is about emotional detachment, so we'll see what else comes through. How does pile number 3 feel towards, pile number 3's person feel towards pile number 3 at the time they're finding this reading? Oh, this card just fell. We have the Page of Cups, which is about a crush. They have a crush on you. They do have sweet feelings. They could be flirting with you. They could be wanting to, you know, explore their feelings. They could be wanting to express their feelings, and, you know, but this isn't like full on, like, you know, like, I love you, let's get married. But this is the energy of, you know, like, you wanting to flirt with you, do little things to show you just how much they do care about you, and, you know, how they do feel. They want to express their feelings toward you, and, you know, this, and with this Eight of Cups, this could be them walking away from the third party. We'll see what comes through on their end, but let me get some clarifying cards just to double affirm. Clarifying card for the Ace of Pentacles, please. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, yeah, they see, you know, that maybe, you know, they do see the long-term potential with you. You know, they see you as someone that is worth investing in, for sure, for sure. Clarifying card for Two of Pentacles. Wow, they see you as a very beautiful, vivacious. They see you as like one of the most exciting people that they've met in a long time. You know, this is, like like a Kim Kardashian kind of vibe. Maybe not Kim Kardashian, but someone who's very flashy, someone who's very, gets a lot of attention. Someone who, deserves to be noticed, or that you get noticed. Clarifying card for the Eight of Cups. The Emperor, yeah, this is them, taking the lead, or making decisions on how they need to, this is them deciding on what they need to let go of. So I think this is more like the third party. This is them walking away from things that don't serve them. And this, with the Emperor here, this is someone who, is wanting to, step up and be a strong person for you, and letting go of things that don't, serve them here. Clarifying card for the Page of Cups. We have the Page of Wands, yeah. So they are very curious about you. They want to see where this goes. They want to explore their feelings. They want to explore how they, what they see and what they see in you. They don't want to let you go at all. I mean, I don't think that. I mean, we do have the Eight of Cups, but I think that's more just them letting go of things that don't serve them. So that could be involving, this other person. So we'll see. All right, let's go ahead and go into the third party now. So all in all, they see you as one of the most beautiful people. They view you as one of the most beautiful people that they've met in a long time. Very, very exciting. Someone who brings them a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. If you guys are going out drinking or going to bars or doing whatever you call fun, they do enjoy those times with you, and they are crushing on you hard, and they are willing to explore, where else this could go. But let's see, let me use this clear quartz crystal to clear out the energy from the last one. Last reading. So how does pile number 3 feel towards the third party at the time that you are finding this reading? How does pile number 3's person feel towards the third party? How does pile number 3's person feel towards the third party at the time that they are finding this reading? We have soulmate, twin flame, friendship, romantic partner. So they could be married to this person, and I do feel like they do care for this person. They do, them and the third party could have been together for a long time, for a very, very long time. How does pile number 3's person feel towards the third party at the time they're finding this reading? Burned bridges, lack of trust, disloyal, turned back on. So, that does make sense. So maybe they have, been disloyal with the third party, and that could have been involving you. I'm not trying to, talk down on you or anything, but, this does make sense. I mean, it does make sense. I mean, but they do see them as someone that they've been together with for a long time, but now they're having to, burn these bridges. They could be thinking of leaving the third party here. How does pile number 3 feel towards the third party at the time they're finding this reading? Stagnant, dead, and frozen. So they could be feeling like it's been kind of, cold for a long time, and they feel like it's, they could be getting kind of bored with the third party. And so they see you as someone that could, bring them more excitement. How does pile number 3 feel towards the third party at the time they are finding this reading? How does pile number 3 feel towards, or pile number 3's person feel towards the third party at the time they are finding this reading? How does pile number 3's person feel towards the third party at the time they are finding this reading? Pile number 3's person. How does pile number 3's person feel towards the third party at the time that they are finding this reading? We have Temperance, which is, kind of an energy of, going with the flow, seeing where it goes. Balance. It's the balance between the sexual, emotional, physical, intellectual. So they could be, just kind of seeing where it goes, going with the flow. We have the Three of Cups, which is, an energy of them, feeling, I mean, I feel like the third party has made them happy. The third party has made them happy. In, they may not be right now, but I feel like, in the past, that they have, made them happy, especially with the soulmate card. They do see them as a soulmate. I think they do love this person. How does pile number three's person feel towards the third party at the time they're finding this reading? We have death, which is about, could represent an ending. It also represents change. So they feel that things need to change in order to, for this happiness, or for this, for this reconciliation with the third party to happen. But they could be feeling really stuck and, maybe bored, even, maybe even bored with the third party here. How does pile number three's person feel towards the third party at the time they are finding this reading? How does pile number three's person feel towards the third party at the time they are finding this reading? We have justice, which can sometimes represent, a legal matter. So they could potentially be thinking about separating or divorcing from the third party, And sometimes the Three of Cups can represent a third party, because in the traditional tarot deck, it does show 3 people on the card. So I'm going to get some clarifying cards for this row. Clarifying card for Temperance. We have the Two of Cups. So I do feel they do recognize this person as a soulmate. They do love this person. They do love this person. I feel like this person could be, feeling stuck between a rock and a hard place. I feel like this person could be, having to make a very difficult choice. Very difficult choice here, because the Two of Cups is about, about a soulmate bond. And we have the soulmate card twice. I mean, here it is. So I feel like they do love this person. And they don't want to jump the gun here with the Temperance card. They don't want to jump the gun and do anything that would, they don't want to do anything reckless, I don't think. They don't want to make a decision too soon. Clarifying card for the Three of Cups. Clarifying card for Three of Cups. We have the Hierophant, which is representing that marriage, that bond, that commitment that they have had. The Hierophant is about religious factors, so with the Three of Cups and the Hierophant, this person, the third party, has made this person really, really happy. They could even have children together if that resonates for you. If it doesn't, then they could have maybe property or something like that. I'll take that only if that resonates. But I do feel like this person, the third party, has been in your person's life for a while. Things have gotten stagnant, things have gotten, kind of boring, and then whenever they see you, they get excited, and they, da-da-da-da-da, fill in the blank. Clarifying card for Death. We have the Wheel, so, with the coming up over the Death card, they feel like maybe the time has run out, this is, maybe the end, or something has changed, or something would have to change in order, definitely would have to change in order for this to, maybe work out here. Clarifying card for Justice. We have Judgment. So they're waking up, they're, having this wake-up call, realizing that, maybe they do need to, have a conversation and say, hey, perhaps, this isn't working out. Things have gotten really, really cold and stagnant. I'm not feeling, I'm not feeling as excited as I once was. And, I could be potentially thinking about separating. And so, but, and they almost feel like it's like, this has happened, this has been an ongoing thing here with the Death and the Wheel of Fortune here. So they feel like this stagnancy, this energy of blah with the third party has been going on for a long time, and so they have been thinking about, maybe potentially, including, for some of you, take this only if it resonates, but this person that you're, asking about, not the third party, but the person that you're asking, curious about, they could be almost curious if this third party would maybe want to have like a throuple for some of you. Take that only if that resonates. I mean, that's not going to be for all of you. But for others of you, this is just them, not wanting to jump the gun with the Temperance card here, because they do love this person. They do see, they have had, a long-term, they see them as a friend. I think that this person will always love them. They just have grown bored, is what I'm seeing here. I hope this resonated. If it didn't, you can choose a different pile, or you can watch a different reading that I have, or we'll be posting on my channel soon. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.